Hello, everybody. Roadblock here on the free to play. So, um, real quick, let me address kind of like why this video is probably coming out a little bit later than usual. Um, Trying to find the right words for it. So I basically I just had a rough day, and I needed to unwind a little bit. And so while I love making these videos, and it doesn't feel like work or anything like that, but um I went and just played some video games with some friends, and that I haven't really been able to do in the last couple weeks. So was able to kind of calm down and kind of get my mental health back in check. So I don't want to go too deep into and talk about this too much, but hey, just remember, if you're ever going through anything, reach out to your friends. Go spend some time with them, hang out, and make sure you just talk to them, and it helped me, could help you, right? So, but enough about that. Let's talk about raid now, right? So good news is as you can see, all my gems are gone. So I did do something I noticed last night after I made my video. When I looked at Nightmare, I saw that if I got 75 stars, this was 125 gems, which is how much I needed to get my masteries for Sun Wukong. So I came in here and did a little bit of Nightmare campaign. Whoops, don't want to go to normal. Um, and was able to farm up and get those gems and then get Sun Wukong fully mastered. He's leveled up to 57 now, so we're getting close. Not quite to the finish line. I'm not exactly sure how far he is, so let's do a quick farm run here. Who else am I leveling right now? Yeah, this guy. I'm just gonna see here. It goes a lot faster now that I have Sun Wukong in there. So that attack is going to be the one that where Sun Wukong falls a little short. I need to get the damage up on that a little bit, but so yeah, we're what, 2/3 of the way towards 58. So I'll just keep on leveling and grinding. I've been doing campaign on brutal still, but well, I did it on nightmare for a little bit, but I don't think the energy to experience ratio is efficient. So I went back down to brutal, and I've been doing catacombs to try and farm sorceress because she's one of the um, fusion champions for relic keeper. So I've already got Justicar. I do have this guy ready and waiting. So the only other ones I need are Templar and Sorceress. Um, and they're both farmable from campaign. So I'm trying to farm them. That way I can move forward and when the time comes for the mission, so I can fuse. I'll have all Saturday to do that, so I'm not too worried. Um, I don't really have any big energy boosts coming up anytime soon, but I think if I just keep grinding as I've normally been doing, I'll be able to get the champions that I need for the fusion. Um, because I'm pretty much going to be at that point for the fusion as soon as I finish my quest on Sunday. I'll have to do a little Fire Knight. I'll have to do a little Spider. Um, and then it's just fusing Relic Keeper because obviously Demon Lord, I can do that amount of damage on hard, no problem. So, and I'm able to do that amount of damage on brutal as well. So I did run this brutal this morning, and this was after the masteries were into Sun Wukong. So I wanted to run another brutal today. So I saved my keys. You can see I still have 2 left. And mostly wanted to see kind of what we're looking at for damage now with the masteries and with the changes that I've made. So you'll see here we're up to, I think that was 9 debuffs. So once Kale goes, yeah, I think we're right at nine debuffs if everything goes right, and I keep the block buffs on. But it hits so hard. Pretty happy with the damage output. So yeah, that's 9. There's 10 debuffs right there. That's the max number of debuffs. But I think we're good to keep Sun Wukong's ability on. Really happy with the damage rate that we're at right now. See, that's 65,000. That's going up there. That's War Master. Um, I'm watching these numbers very, very closely. See, we got a proc there. That was Giant Slayer. One Giant Slayer proc there. Now remember, the reason you pick Giant Slayer on Tomb Lord is because Giant Slayer has the chance to proc on each one of those hits. And we're getting Brimstone procs too. This is a pretty good run. Well, our target damage here is about 12 million is kind of what we'd like to see. A couple procs there, I think. Brimstone landing. So HP burn does what? 75,000? 50,000? We'll find out here in a second. Yeah, so the poisons were 25,000 each, and then the HP burn was 50. And War Master procs are doing 65,000 each time. Or, see, there we go. That was a lot of good procs out of the Apothecary. That was all Giant Slayer procs. Not doing too bad here. And then, yep, his effect kept everybody alive there. That's what's getting me these extra turns. So you see we're getting into very close to the 12 million now. And it will make a pretty big difference when those 3 levels are done for Sun Wukong. Man, he lands so many brimstones now. I think it's just because he's alive for so much more. I mean, I know that I kind of capitalized on him dying and reviving himself a lot in my previous builds, but, you know, that's still turns that he's not alive for, so him having more HP by being closer to 60 is... Wow. I'm trying to remember, that 12 million earlier may have been before Masteries on Sun Wukong. It's several hours ago, so I just don't remember. But I remember doing a run this morning, and I think I did it before the Masteries, and I wanted to do one after the Masteries to compare. But you can see, I mean, this is not a science. This is not an exact science because there's a lot of variables. We have Brimstone procs. You know, we've had, what, 3 or 4 of them this fight? That's 750,000 damage more, right? But there's a noticeable difference here. I mean, we are crushing it. I did hit brutal, right? Like, this isn't hard. I might have hit hard. I think I hit hard on accident. Because these numbers are too good. This isn't brutal. This has to be hard. That or all the grinding I did on him made that much difference. It is brutal. All right. Okay, okay. So yeah, Sun Wukong and Kale, you can see they're very similar in damage now. Um, well, damn. I was gonna make a follow it up, or I was gonna do a follow up to that run, but I kind of want to see where we stand on Nightmare, just to get a sense of it. I was gonna do a third brutal run with Eris and see if she had a better result than Apothecary, but I kind of want to run Nightmare with this group right here. I'm still not expecting to get the minimum chest, but I am curious to see. See, it's the resistances it's the lack of accuracy that's burning me here. Oh, and we're now this is a terrible science experiment because we're negative affinity on like 3 of my champions. Although the Sun Wukong is gonna hit harder. Yeah, negative affinity is it's gonna be a problem. Is he taking less damage from War Master? $62,000. That's still the same. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this video back and look at how much damage he was taking from War Master on the brutal run, just for comparison, just to study it. Yeah, because that was... Oh, yeah, they do less War Master damage for the negative affinity. Yeah, it's 47 for the War Master proc. Wait, but that one was 62? I don't know. Yeah, 62, 62. Is it... Oh, was he not under decreased defense, maybe? Or maybe a non-critical hit? See, that one did 47. Oh, because, yeah, decreased defense is down. I think I need to speed up my team. I think I might try to get Deacon to be as fast as I possibly can make him. Surviving there is a big deal, because... And we're getting fully healed up. Losing Apothecary there is not great. I'd really love to see 10 million. I don't think... Yeah. The affinity is a problem. It's actually a really good sun for me. Alright. So 6.7 million, a big part of that is the negative affinity there. I really wonder how much damage they could do on a void affinity for Nightmare. The problem is that you can't always count on that. And I certainly wouldn't be able to 4-key because by the time I have to use my 4th key, they'll have changed affinities. And I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket only to be disappointed, right? So we do need to find some other means here, but we're definitely making very satisfying progress. So, how much was that brutal key? I'll have to go back and watch the video, but if I can squeeze out enough damage to get a brutal 1 key, I can just start pumping stuff into Nightmare. Um, I want Ultimate Chest is really what you want to get, but even if I'm just getting Master Chest or Grandmaster, that's potentially 4 brutal chests, brutal max chests, because the max brutal chest is Grandmaster. So interesting stuff. Well, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'm super happy about the progress that I'm making on Clan Boss here. Um, trying to find the hidden pack there. Um, gonna keep grinding a little bit, but if we look at the masteries here, I just went with a recommended build. These are just very general PvE masteries. Um, these are not going to be Sun Wukong's permanent masteries, but right now he's one of my biggest damage dealers. But mainly, I want him in there for Brimstone. He will eventually be replaced. Let's talk about some other stuff coming up. So tomorrow, and it's in the news here. So Void Summon Party. Remember I was saying I don't think there are any Summon 2x events coming up? Well, there is. So there's a 2x event for Void Shards tomorrow. Now, Void Shards are extremely fun to open. I'm not going to have a lot of them on this account. It's one of the reasons why Clan Boss is so important. But I will pull during the 2x. But I'm kind of excited because there's a lot of things that I can get out of pulling the voids. So, first of all, I could get some decent void rares. When we're talking about decent void rares, the first one that comes to mind is everybody's favorite, Coldheart. Best rare in the game. I'm just going to say it. She is the best rare in the game. You feel free to come at me in the comments, but there is no other rare champion that I use as much as Coldheart. And this is because we've been talking about why Husk was so good. Enemy max HP. So on my previous free-to-play account, actually no, on my main account, I used to pull Void Shards during non-2x events because I wanted a better chance at getting a rare so I could get Coldheart. Looking back on it, it was dumb, but at the time, I didn't understand the game. And when you go and look at videos like, oh, how do I progress in this dungeon? Spider in particular, it's Coldheart, Coldheart, Coldheart. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need a Coldheart. And so I started pulling voids during a non-2x trying to get a Coldheart. Regardless, pulling during a 2x tomorrow, there's a chance I could get Coldheart. So she does damage based on enemy max HP. This is very strong. She is risky because she's very weak. She has very low stats, base stats like HP. So you really kind of got to keep her alive, which can be a bit of a challenge. And you do want to get a lot of crit damage on her. The great news is she only needs 70% crit rate, so you can build her for a little bit of crit rate and then get a lot of crit damage in there. So she is a champion that I would love to be able to get. Paragon is kind of an option. He opens up what people call Paragon cheese because he has an unkillable feature, but I don't like using him as much. Painkeeper is a very big option. She's in a lot of the budget unkillable teams, but I'd still need to get the other champions around her. So while I would love to have her, I don't know that I would go like crazy about it. A couple of other good void rares to consider. Reliquary Tender is one that comes to mind. There's also a lot of great void epics out there. I think Andrissia is one I would like because I think she's maybe not. I thought she is an ally protector. But it's only a 1 champion, yeah. I'm trying to think of what other Ursula would be huge. Warcaster would be great. He's a block damage. Um, Demitha. Demitha would, if I could get Demitha with the team I have now, I don't know if I could make an unkillable team work with the team. I would need to have a replacement for um what's his name? The bat. I'd need to have somebody that could fill the role of Seeker. And I don't think Apothecary is enough. Yeah. And the cooldown on that is way different. So, but getting Demitha would be really big for the account. She is a great champion, even outside of unkillable. But to get her to unkillable, I'd need to have more pieces around her to be able to make that work. But we'd be on the right track. So Demitha is a big option that I would love to see. Seer would be revolutionary for the account. Just thinking, just kind of going over and thinking about who I would love to see. Shamil, Godseeker would probably be one of the best. Even Cardinal, it's a good reviver right there. Are there any good? Yeah, Basher is good for PvP, but I don't know that I would really want him. If I got Weregran, that'd be cool because I'm one step closer to the fusion. Um, I just had a small panic attack because on my main account I have enough to fuse Tatsu, and I have this guy for Kira, and I had a small panic attack because I didn't see any of the red dots, and I was like, "Oh no, what happened?" But I'm on my free to play, so oh man, like my heart's racing. I was real nervous there. So, anyways, 2x tomorrow. We're gonna pull some voids. Only 4, but I'm counting on getting some decent void rares. There's some not so great void rares out there as well, but I think there's also like in Knights Rev, I think is it that Ashwalker, he's said to be pretty good. Stun brings a weekend, yeah. Now I've never used Ashwalker. I've just heard he's good from other content creators. Um, there are no void epics in Undead. That's kind of crazy to me. If I got, I wouldn't. I'd be happy about it, but I don't know that I would be like ecstatic. But if I got Fellhound, I'd probably build him to be my campaign farmer. And that way, I can probably rebuild Kale in better gear. Because he doesn't really need lifesteal anymore. We get enough survivability off of Leech, so I don't think we would need lifesteal as much. But now I'm just kind of Kurzad would be really, really good. Decrease speed on the A1. Bring increased accuracy. We need that really, really bad. And he's pretty good with his decreased speed and everything. When you consider his whole kit, he's pretty good against the Iron Twins. I remembered it as I was going to look. So I realize I'm just rambling on and on about champions that I want. But sometimes it's good to think about, who would you be excited to get and kind of what route you are looking to take with your kind of plan everything out. So we're going to pull during that 2x event. What else is going on the account? Not too much else. We're just kind of waiting until Sunday to pursue that avenue. This event, I've just remembered, and how we're a little late on the time on the video, but I really want to vent about this event. No pun intended there. this is extreme. This is just unfriendly in general. And I'm surprised there aren't more content creators talking about it. These tournaments, but you can only use champions from specific factions. These tournaments have always existed. I don't have a problem with those tournaments in general. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't felt like other events have been built around these types of tournaments. Normally, big events like this are a regular uh, spider tournament or a regular spider turn attack tournament, not ones that are like you can only use a certain faction. Even on my main account, I don't have the champions in these factions. Obviously, for Spider, I have um, a Cold Heart, but I don't really have a team around her that's Dark Elves. Um, on actually, I could probably make Knights Rev work, but because I have two Cowbell Axes on the main account, but still, you have to have two Cowbell Axes on your main account for these to be viable. Then when I consider them from a free to play perspective, these are just rude. Like it just makes me mad because I don't have the champions to run these dungeons at all. Um and it's funny because other recent events have been very free to play friendly. For example, I have two pieces of Killstroke. There are people I guarantee there are people. I mean, to be fair, there are people that play this game and don't know life sets exist. So, grain of salt there. But Killstroke is a set that I never got on my main yet. Because the only way that I knew of to get it was through the clan shop, and you need to be a level 17 clan to get Killstroke gear. The reason I bring this up is because there was an event that came out recently where we were flipping cards and I was able to get several pieces of Killstroke gear, not just two, but several. If I go to equipped, there it is. I got 3 pieces of Killstroke gear. Um, and I need to move this onto somebody. This will be really good if I. Oh, you know what? This is going to be really good for Husk when he gets leveled up. Which, by the way, he's getting leveled up as well. We'll talk about him in a second. But I got this really good gear from that event, and it was very free to play friendly. All the events since then have not been free to play friendly, and I'm a little disappointed about that. I realize that that's not the market for this game. You know, you want people that are spending money in the game. That's how that's why you create the game, right? Is to make money. So, but sometimes putting out those free to play events or making them just, like we talked about in a previous event where I wanted to get one of those crystal shards. Um, these, one of these. I'm only asking for one, and it's still then accessible to your pay to win players. So I don't necessarily understand why we can't get like one, and same in this event. I mean, these tournaments are kind of alienating everybody, in my opinion. um, I've been playing for a year, and I don't think I could participate in any of these particular events where they specify factions. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm fine with them being one-off tournaments that exist that people can do. I just don't like them being tied to the Titan event because the Titan event is really valuable to free-to-play players, um, because you can get higher awakening levels on Sun Wukong. Now, for the one that came out for Ultimate Death Knight, I did this whole thing on my main account, but I did the whole thing. I got to milestone 4, and I think I may have even gotten the Eternal Soulstone in that. I don't remember, but it was a lot of work, and this one just feels way harder to achieve, even on my main account. Um, Now I don't use Sun Wukong as much as I should, so I'm not really worrying about this event on that main account, but yeah, so just a little disappointed in it. I could keep ranting, but I'm going to stop myself there because I don't like making videos longer than a half an hour. So that's where we are on the account. Um, Again, as always, thank you guys for all the support. It's been great. Those friends that I was talking about today, I shared, some of them didn't know that I had the YouTube channel, and I was like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I gotta step out so I can record a video. And I shared them my link, and one of the first things they said were, your comment leavers are so nice. Like, they're all, look at all these nice comments about how good you're doing. That's sweet. And I was like, hell yeah, my community's awesome. So, all right. Well, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.